Duke is outside, doesn't want to come in. Duke, you come in? You want to eat with me? No? Okay, you stay outside. Hey, Surinam, how are you? I'm doing good. Doing good, how are you? Happy Sunday. I'm just warming up by my wood stove right now. It's pretty freaking cold. And Duke is sitting outside. That's awesome. I'm in Canada right now. This is what I'm at. You can see the outside. We got a lot of snow going on. It's been snowing non-stop. A little bit chilly because what happened is I'm trying to adjust the wood stove still, and it keeps turning off with me roughly by midnight. So I lose the heat about midnight. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, freezing cold. But today we've actually been up since 3 o'clock in the morning because the temperature dropped quite a bit. Where are you at? Beautiful place, but harsh weather. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, it's you're from Bangladesh. Okay, so it's probably quite warm there right now. Unlike us, we probably have a lot of snow. Good morning, Maurice and Duke. Hey, Sandra, how are you? I don't know if it's morning for me or not. I've been up since 3 o'clock today. I haven't slept. I slept like 4 hours. Why is your fan on? So what happened is the fan will actually take the heat up and will actually allow it to flow on the sides of the wall, so it keeps the whole house warm. Because it's pretty cold right now. So that's why I'm standing here by the wood stove, trying to keep myself nice and warm. How's the weather for you, Sandra? Has it snowed yet up in your area? Show me your watch, please. Show me your watch. I don't wear a watch. Snowed 3 millimeter, all melted. Oh, nice. Well, this is what I have outside right now. Let me show you. Look how much snow we got. The trees are covered. Everything is packed. You need more blankets? I am getting a special blanket. Somebody's sending me one. I think it has Duke on it. I usually don't come on that early, but today I thought I'll come early because I've been up too early today, and I'm actually gonna have my first meal because I got a lot of people been questioning me that they don't believe that I eat raw food. So I thought, maybe we'll actually have a live chat and I can have my first meal of the day. How long is night in your place? Like how many hours is it dark? So we lose light in the winter time. We lose light by about 4:30 p.m. 4:30 p.m. Probably we don't get, as you can see outside, till about 7 a.m. So from 4:30 to 7 a.m. in the winter time. And the summertime is a little bit different. But hopefully we get a clear sky today. It would be nice to go outside and check it out. But still a little bit cold here. The temperature when I woke up this morning was about, inside the house is 12 degrees. Right now it's up to 20, and outside was minus 6. It is a long night, trust me. It is a long night, especially in the snow time because we're covered by the mountains. And there's Duke outside. He's getting some fresh air. Duke, you're coming? I'm gonna have my meal. You can watch because you already ate. Having my 2 egg yolks with deer meat. Yum. Oh, that sounds delicious. I'll tell you what I'm having right now since I gotta have my first meal. I usually don't eat that early, but since I've been up, so that's it. Let's see if I can set this camera up. There we go, so it doesn't fall. I need to get a good stand because the phone is too heavy for the stand. Is that a German Shepherd? Yeah, it is a pure German Shepherd. So he's a working dog. So this is what I'm having. I'm gonna have some raw fish. This is sable. It's been in room temperature since this morning about 4 a.m. And we'll have a pound of meat. So this one has been out room temperature since last night. It's been about 16 hours actually. Yeah, he's about, he's 3 years old. He's gonna be about 4 years old in February 1st. January 31st, so February 1st. Let me just check something. Do not disturb. Raw chicken? No, I don't eat raw chicken. I don't eat raw chicken. No. The only thing that I eat is raw fish, raw meat, lots of egg yolks raw, but no chicken. No. But I'm gonna have my first meal right now since you guys are on, because I don't know if you can see. So, aren't you afraid of the prisons that can be found in old tissue? The what? Aren't you afraid of the prawns? Great meal, fish and meat. Looks delicious. Yeah, the fish is gonna be good, and the meat is gonna be delicious. So let's unwrap it and put it on my board so we can eat. So there we go. Let me lower the. See if I can lower the camera. There we go. You guys can see it better. So there's the little meat that I have. Chef Maurice, that's right. Your first language, French, Arabic and French. So we're gonna put some salt on here. This is some good from Vancouver Island salt, actually. It's really, really good. I love this stuff. I know that's a lot of salt, but you do need that much salt, guys. Is it found in old meat? I don't know what. Doesn't really. You know, I've been eating raw meat for more than 11, 12 years, so I'm not really worried about any of that stuff. Let me just put some egg yolk on here. I'll cook the egg white, but the egg yolk I actually eat them raw. So, and we got some chicken eggs too. Hello, sir. Can I challenge you? Yes or no? Sure, go for it. So we're gonna have 2 eggs as well. Let me just take the yolk out. Give me a sec, guys. So there's the first egg yolk. What about parasites? There's no parasites. That's all a myth. So there we go. Hopefully you guys can see. So we got the 1 pound of meat. We got 2 eggs, 2 egg yolks. I'm cooking the white because you're not supposed to eat the egg white. The protein molecule your body cannot really absorb as well. So I'll cook the white. And all I've done is just use salt with it right now. And I'm gonna have the fish after. I usually eat fish probably like maybe once, a couple times a week. Hey brother, just want to say, hey, looks like you're going to try and stay for the winter. Stay strong and warm, my friend. Thank you, Rooster. I hope you're doing good. I am staying here for the winter, but I'm having a hard time configuring my wood stove. What's happening is the fire goes off by like midnight, and I wake up about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, freezing cold. Then I have to actually, sometimes I try to kind of stay in bed till the morning, but it's been tough to actually get it corrected. Yes, I trash my egg whites all the time now. Thank you to your teaching. Just make sure if you want to eat the egg white, just cook it. But the egg yolk is gonna be raw, which is really good for you. Cheers, guys. But make sure you're using plenty of salt. The salt is gonna actually what gives you the proper mineralization. And for you to actually get a good flavor of the meat, by the way, this is yak meat that I'm eating. To get a good flavor, make sure it is room temperature. So I've had this outside. I've had this outside since last night. So it's been roughly about 14 or 15 hours. This dude thinks he's next liver king. Actually, I don't think that I'm the next liver king or none of that fucking bullshit. To be honest with you, eating raw meat has always been a tradition for us from the Middle East. So I've been eating raw meat as far as I know since I was 5 years old. So it's not something new to us or anything like that. And the problem is, a lot of people are actually worried about eating raw meat. There's nothing wrong with it. You got plenty of bioavailable nutrients that you actually lose in cooking. So you can have raw meat with your egg yolks and stuff. I always cook the egg white. Whether it's beef, liver, anything you want, it's going to be good for you. Look it up, big chunks of hardwood after you get good bed of coals. I have been putting, what happened is all the wood that I chopped off, they're all been seasoned for 2 years. But the problem is we have such a high moisture. All my wood is almost feels wet, so they tend to kind of smoke quite a bit. One of the best way to kind of make sure your ground beef is safe, get it from a farmer direct. Don't buy it from like a retail store or anything. So I get this meat. I've been dealing with one farmer for the past 12 years, and I get it from him directly. So I know who's cutting it, who's mixing it, who's doing everything. But to be on the safe side, you can actually freeze the meat. If you have the meat frozen for about 7 days before you consume it, any parasites in it is going to be destroyed. Yeah, same thing as eating raw eggs, raw steak as well too. Or a lot of people sometimes they do it rare even, which is excellent. And the egg yolks is gonna give it the nice, rich flavor, because this meat here as a yak meat is quite lean, doesn't have as much fat. So the egg yolk will actually help with the fat intake that you require. Bring it in, stack to the next stove to dry out. I hope that helps. Take care, brother. I will try it out. I did bring in couple lots of the wood inside to actually dry inside the house. Then I can actually use it at night. So hopefully that would actually work. Just discovered your channel. Sorry, I missed your message. Just discovered your channel about an hour ago, and I stumbled across your ApoB video. I'm not familiar with you. What is your background? Looks like you live off grid. I do live off grid, and I do have a clinical background in nutrition. So if you do have any questions or issues, I do focus quite a bit on heart disease and cardiovascular to actually repair the heart disease, because a lot of people are actually against carnivore diet that actually causes heart attacks or heart disease. It's incorrect information. You have to eat based on your biology, not your ideology. Based what your body responds to certain foods, certain nutrients, and based on your genetics. Then we can actually adjust your ApoB or anything to do with lipids. Your red meat and egg yolks, I don't have a problem with eating, but I like actually about eating raw chicken. I'm not a huge fan of eating raw chickens. Will never touch raw chicken. The last time I ate chicken, to be honest with you, was almost about 12 years ago. They're a highly manufactured item that they're actually pushed with so much steroids that pretty much they have a single gut that they cannot emulsify seed oils out of their body. So I would actually stay away from chicken because it's a very highly inflammatory food. Like I eat chicken, the chicken eggs, no problem, but not the chicken itself. Unless I can actually grow it myself, as being 100% pasture raised, then that's a different story, but I would never do it. Yeah, it is. This is raw meat, and I have egg yolks on top. And usually I cook the egg white. So I did cook the egg white as well. We're gonna have it because it is gonna be your extra protein as well too, right? So there's no point of tossing it away if you want the extra protein. But the egg yolk, I always actually separate them and I eat them raw. And that's how you can get most of your, without oxidizing the fats or the cholesterol of the egg yolk. Because a lot of this stuff is heat sensitive. And what about raw pork? I don't eat pork at all. I don't eat raw pork at all. The only thing that I would actually eat raw is the meat and the fish and the egg yolks, and that's it. Other than that, I don't touch chicken, I don't touch pork or any of that stuff. Same thing, I look at the gut, the chemistry behind the gut and how actually it absorbs and breaks things down. Certain animals, if they have a multiple gut where they can ferment certain foods, that's fine. Certain ones they don't, I don't touch them. What if you get diseases? I've been doing this for more than 12 or 13 years, so there's no disease of you eating raw meat. Do you have a few bites of turkey at Thanksgiving? From where? Thanksgiving, I went down to Calgary to see the family on Thanksgiving. I did have some. My brother actually buys it pasture raised from a farm. I only had the leg actually. But I do get a lot of wild turkey in my section here. I just haven't gone hunting yet. I'm waiting for my hunting partner to come. What are your thoughts on the push toward the cloned animals and selling the meat in the supermarket? Canada is looking to go that way. I heard. And that's very disturbing, to be honest with you. But the problem is, you know, let's look at it this way. Anything they're doing right now is probably already have been done for the past 10 to 20 years, but they never really mentioned it to the public. So if right now they're putting, you know, let's say cloned meat without actually putting a label on it that this is cloned meat, I'll bet you they've been doing it for more than 10, 20, 30 years. And a lot of people have been eating it without even noticing, or eating other things without even noticing. So, you know, I either buy it from a farmer directly, or I would actually, you know, grow my own. I would never actually buy anything from a store. And I know we're losing that access because there's a lot of changes happening, which is too bad. This is yak. This is yak meat. So the difference between the yak and the beef, the yak is going to be very similar to deer meat, a lot lean. So you're looking about 90% lean, 10% fat, very, very lean. So if you don't add any egg yolk to it, sweat, melted butter, then it's very, very dry if you cook it. So I rather eat it raw actually. And it actually has a nice sweet flavor to it. But the only way you can actually enhance that sweet flavor, only if you leave it in room temperature for at least 10 hours. Give me a second, I have to open the door for Duke. Go, you're eating. You already ate, Duke. I fed you before. You had your little morning eggs. What? That's my food. Have you tried bison, goat, caribou meat? I've tried bison and goat. Would love to get some caribou meat, but I need to kind of meet, you know, somebody that actually does hunting for the caribou meat. I don't think there's any caribou meat around us here. Maybe next year, if I get a chance to go hunting, I'll actually look for that. Pasture turkey, awesome, good. Yes, I was talking about 2 months ago at your family visit Canadian Thanksgiving. How many grams of meat are you eating at a moment? Duke is hungry too, I think. Duke already had a couple eggs. This morning at 4 o'clock wakes me up, he wants to eat. So this is 1 pound of meat, 2 egg yolks, 2 egg whites cooked, because I actually cooked the egg white. And we're gonna have about 100 to 100 grams of raw fish as well too once I'm done this. What are your thoughts on parasites? You know, our pH in the gut is like a vulture pH. We have a gut pH of 1.5 to 2. So anything goes in the gut is going to actually destroy it, whether it's a parasite or any other issue. So I'm not really worried about that because the pH is going to be quite strong being on a carnivore diet and actually taking proper salt intake. If you're worried about parasite, one thing you can do, once you get your meat, you can actually freeze it for about 7 days. If you freeze it for 7 days, it will actually eliminate any parasites in it. So do you never cook the meats and why? I do once in a while. So my diet consists of about 80-90% raw, 20% cooked. And when I cook it, it'll always be like medium rare. I'd like to maintain more bioavailable nutrients, and you actually feel more satiated and less water drinking because you get all the moisture you want from the meat itself without even forcing yourself to drink water. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Is that your hair, Duke? What's your hair doing here? Are these food the current carnivore YouTube community are common promoting that you disagree with? What do you mean I disagree with? In what way? Can you please explain? And what common foods? What? You already had yours. I'll give you a treat. You already had some before me. Didn't you? Didn't you, Duke? You want a small bite? Yeah, come. Okay, get out of here. You had yours. How many times you gotta eat? There are there are foods the general YouTube community promote that you stay away from. Why? Or like you mean pork and chicken? I'm not a huge fan of chicken because chicken is a highly inflammatory animal, unless they are pasture raised. If they are pasture raised, truly pasture raised, not a bullshit pasture raised where the farmer is feeding them grains and feed and seed oils, because since they have one gut, they cannot actually break down the seed oils correctly. So if the chicken eating seed oils, grains, that grain, what do you call it, nutrient is going to be absorbed within the meat and you're going to eat it. That's why you end up having a high inflammatory effect. Same with pork. That's why I don't eat them unless they are wild, you know, like boar would be ideal, or the chicken are pasture raised. I hope that makes sense. It's okay to eat raw meat. Yeah, it is okay. So we finished the raw meat. We'll eat the fish. So this is a raw fish. It's a sable fish. So the way I make it, I should teach you guys how to make it. I don't eat the skin, by the way, because you don't want to eat the skin. So this is a sable fish that I actually get. They are wild. And what I do is I put salt on it overnight. So it dries it up. It dries all the moisture up. And when it dries all the moisture up, then I actually eat it raw. So there's a fish that I end up I'm going to eat. I'm missing a lot of comments, guys. I wish I can expand the screen. Hey, man, love your content, but one question for your channel. Would you rather watch a tree grow or a knee grow? Just to let you guys know something, I'm going to read every single comment out there, you know, whether it's something bullshit you guys put out on here or not. I'll let it be. I'm very flexible. I'm going to read everything you actually put, but nice joke. Hey, from Canada. Hello, Russia. What part of Russia? I never cared for chicken or turkey. They are stringy. What happened to your hair? What happened to my hair? What? Because I'm losing hair? Is that what you're trying to get to? Everybody lose hair. I don't really care much about cosmetics. If I'm gonna worry so much about cosmetics, I'll be working like in a hair salon or something to actually worry about my little hair. You know, there's a lot of people being bald and they're 100%, you know, heart healthy and everything, and that's all I care for. As long as my heart is healthy and I feel optimized every single day, that's what counts. I don't really care much about the cosmetic, you know, bullshit that people care for, if that makes sense. Because people sometimes put some comments like, "Well, if you're eating healthy, how come you're losing hair?" Like, come on, give me a break. So there's a fish. Why did you lose your hair? If you actually look at my history, if you look at my history and look at my previous year, uh, you know, before I actually adapted on this diet almost 10, 11 years ago, I was vegan for a long time. And being vegan, you actually lose a lot of valuable nutrients. You put on weight, you're constantly insulin resistant, and you're constantly actually fatigued and not sleeping correctly and have high cortisol and all bunch of different things. So a lot of things happen in the body. And it doesn't mean if you adapt on a new diet, you're going to reverse everything. You could actually partially reverse certain things, but not everything. You want a treat? Let me get you a treat. You get 2 treats, and that's it. Some dried meat. Okay? You already ate. I don't know why you want to eat again. You don't care about cosmetic and trim your beard. I like my beard. What meats? Any type of meat is meat, right? Any type of cuts, whether it's a ribeye, flank steak, ground beef, suet, kidneys, liver, beef heart, all that stuff you can actually eat raw. Beef tongue, I tried the beef tongue. I'm not a big fan. It's better if you actually cook it. But you can eat lamb. I eat a lot of lamb that is raw. All that stuff you can eat. The only thing is I don't eat raw or I don't touch is a chicken or pork. That's it. Oh, 100%. Bite it, bite it, bite it. Come on. No, I'll give it to you. Wait, let me put some salt. Wait. Yeah. I have been on keto for 6 years, but quit because of ridiculous meat prices in Sweden. Oh, trust me, is getting there. It's becoming super freaking expensive. Super expensive. It's not cheap. That's why I've been eating a lot of eggs lately more than anything, just because I have, you know, my own chicken. But yeah, meat is getting too expensive, and it hasn't been as simple. And it's gonna even get even more expensive. So they force us to eat like cloned meat and processed meats. Carnivore incorporated organ meats had the biggest impact on my mental health improvement. Depression gone after about 100%. 100%. Nutrient dense food is the best. I'll have some beef heart, I think, in the fridge. I will have a piece and I'll give Duke some. It's actually one of my favorite. Hello, Maurice. I just came across your channel yesterday. Hey, Welcome, and thanks so much for joining. So I'm having my first meal today because I've been up early. Usually I don't really eat that early, but I'm gonna have the early, and I'll actually have dinner probably like 2 p.m. It'll be like an early intake. Hello, my name is Nick. Love Kiro. Cheers to that. Hey, Nick. So I'm just giving some treats to Duke because he wants to eat too now. He even thought he already had some this morning. And he slept for 11 hours. Right, Duke? You slept for 11 hours on my bed? You do not look healthy. Your body is over acidic. A blind one can recognize it. Take care. Cheers. Thanks so much for putting that out there, Patricia. Are you a vegan? I used to be vegan a couple of years ago. It's funny how a lot of them, they come online, they say, they put a comment and they run away. They don't continue the conversation. If you have something against what I'm doing, please feel free and say it out. I'm not gonna judge, if vegan or you eating vegetarian plants, fruit or fruits. If your biology responds really well, then all the powers to you. If your biology does not respond very well, then definitely change. I respect that. Hold on, Duke. Let me read the message. Authenticity is the most important in life, and you have 100% authenticity. How your chicken adjustment to the cold weather. I bought a beef heart and kidney liver. We'll have it tomorrow. Cheers to that. The chickens are doing good, actually. I have a warmer for them, but my fan broke yesterday for the chicken, so I have to actually get them a new one because I always have a fan going so I can remove a lot of the moisture for them. And I've been feeding them at night. I give them a meal, so I give them the fish skin, and I put a lot of peppers with it, so it keeps them warm. We can be in ketosis without beef. All other meat, fish, eggs, low-carb foods, 50 grams of carbs should keep you in ketosis. Yeah, if that works for you, 100%. It does work for certain individuals it doesn't. It's all based on your insulin resistance and your liver response. Some people require 50 grams of carbs, some people require less, some people requires none. It depends how you consume your food, and if it depends whether you activate your gluconeogenesis or not. After coming across your channel yesterday and watching some of your videos, can you do the 7-day freeze to every type of meat and fish and still eat it raw afterwards? 100% yes. What's your take on cold plunges? Hey, I do it every single morning. I got glacier water here that you could do the cold plunges, or you can actually just make sure the sensors around your face are being adapted to that as well too. That's an option. But yeah, it is good for your mitochondria. If you're looking for mitochondria support, that's gonna be your best, which is your cold plunges in the morning. It doesn't have to be just once. It could be like twice a day if you have to. Like me, I do it more than once. And if you're not able to do cold plunges, well, you have access to the snow outside, all that stuff. Are there any supplements that actually help with losing belly fat? It's all about your lifestyle. It's not so much about the supplements. The supplements is gonna guide you or give you the mentality to actually, think that you're losing weight. But the idea is it's all about your lifestyle. What you eat, anything you put in a gut, you're either gonna feed it disease or you're gonna prevent one. You're gonna either lose body fat or you're gonna end up putting body fat. So it all depends on how you mix it and how you do it. But the most important thing is for losing weight is dialing down your electrolytes. Without proper electrolytes, your body's never gonna actually function correctly. That's your basic. That's the basic chemistry of the body. If the electrolytes are out of balance, you're never gonna be able to. You're gonna be almost like going 10 steps forward, 1 step backward, or 1 step forward, 10 steps backward because your mineralization are off the chart. Say hi to the dog for me. He's right beside me. Duke, you want to say hi to everybody? There's Duke. I'm gonna give him a piece of beef liver. Not beef liver. I don't have any beef liver actually. We're out. A heart. Let's take a small piece. I'll put this away for the chin. We'll give Duke a small piece because I know he wants some. Just gotta dry it up. What about OMAD diet? OMAD diet works okay. Not for everybody. Not for everybody. Some people can function, some people can't. It all depends on your history. You know, don't assume that, you know, any type of fasting out there is gonna work for you, because it's all based on your history, your previous diet, how it was, your liver, you know, whether you have fast clearance, slow clearance, whether you have LDL receptors responding or not, whether your liver's, you know, is sufficient enough. It doesn't mean if you go OMAD, you're just going to be, you know, fully optimized and you're going to fix yourself. Sometimes it doesn't work that way. So you have to actually work, you know, you have to try, but the real numbers are going to show up from your blood work. So this is beef heart. I'm gonna give some to Duke and maybe we'll try some. So that's my average, you know, meal. It's about 1 pound of meat, sometimes 1.5 pounds, piece of fish, some type of organ. And if I'm gonna eat, let's say this is beef heart. So the beef heart contains a lot of coenzyme Q10, ubiquinol. So technically, I wouldn't be taking any. So that's how you can actually power up your mitochondria as well too. After watching only a few videos, I subscribed immediately. I have a weak heart with 30% ejection fraction, getting harder to remain optimistic about improving. Can I improve? Yeah, I can help you. I can help you and we can actually improve it. We can go probably anywhere between 30 to you're at 30 right now. You can increase it by about 15%. It depends how your body responds to things. It can take roughly up to 60 to 90 days, and we can see at least a good 10 to 15% increase with the specific mitochondrial supplementation I can help you with. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to set my phone. Okay, Duke. I'm going to give you a piece and that's it. Is that the right end we're cutting? And can I have a piece? I'm only going to have 1 or 2 pieces. That's it. And you can have a piece too. You know, make sure you guys treat your dogs or treat your pets with respect, no matter what. Don't abuse them. They're your best friends for life. So this is beef heart. I don't really like it much raw, but the only reason I eat it, that's the only way you can actually maintain proper coenzyme Q10 levels. And you don't need much. Here. Beef heart, my first time this week will be eating. You boil it or how do you prepare it? I eat it raw. But one of the best things to do is, Sandra, one of the best things you can do is cut it into steaks and barbecue it outside. Oh, it's super delicious. Ejection fraction increases dramatically on a carnivore. It does, yes. It does increase. But the problem is, once your ejection fraction reaches like 30 to 20%, what happened is carnivore does help, but you do need to actually supply your body with certain vitamins and minerals to actually speed up the process, so you can allow it. Because keep in mind, if you're deficient, so I'll give you guys an example. So if you are deficient in magnesium, let's say your value of magnesium should be 6 milligrams per deciliter, and when you tested your RBC magnesium, it came out to be 4. Just to go from 4 to 6 milligrams per deciliter, it will take you anywhere between 2 to 3 years. So having some supplementation to guide you along the way to fulfill that missing gap, it's not going to hurt you. If anything, it's going to help you. So that's why sometimes we do need to kind of put some supplementation to the diet so we can actually fulfill that missing gap. Because you guys know for a fact, a lot of our food right now, because they don't get all the nutrients from the soil anymore, from the grass, soil, from everything anymore, because it's been depleted. And that's the downfall about it. Vitamins and minerals from raw butter, raw milk. Raw milk, yes, 100%. Would love to have some raw milk. I haven't had any for like probably 14, 15 years, because we're not allowed to have any here. I gotta find me like a farmer, or I have to get my own goat. Egg yolks. Yeah, we just had some egg yolks. You missed out. What are the benefits of coenzyme Q10? Coenzyme Q10 is your main for your redox, your mitochondria. It's one of the main vitamin for your heart, and it's very rich in beef heart. I'm gonna give one more to Duke. I'll have one more. I'm gonna wrap it up, and that's it. No more eating, Duke. You had too much today. I'll have the last piece too. I have stopped eating eggs. Trust me, when you have your own chicken, to you comparing buying eggs from a farmer or buying eggs, let's say, from a shop, they're like night and day, because you know exactly what you're feeding your chicken. Especially when they are, you know, pasture raised and free range, they run around. They're not in a freaking cage all the time. Okay, that's it, Duke. We're done. No more eating, okay? So we can go outside and play. We'll go outside and play. Put it back in the fridge for later. Give me a second, guys. I'm just gonna put these away. Hold on, Duke. That fatty cuss looks delicious. It was super good. Doesn't fish have mercury in it? Yeah, just a little bit. It's not gonna affect you. Your pathway 1 and pathway 2 detoxification system are gonna actually flush that out with no issues. So it's not really an ideal thing to kind of be worried about. And don't over you know, worry about the hype that people say, you know, you're gonna get too much mercury and stuff. The amount is very small compared to what you get in your teeth if you actually have any fillings. Sardines have the lowest mercury. They do. Sardines and sable fish, and a lot of that fish has the lowest, because they are small fish, and they're not like tuna or others where they actually are quite, I think they, oops, takes a couple of years or so to actually accumulate. I'm just gonna take my special drink and we go outside. I've been doing one of the formula that I actually invented, and a lot of people that actually follow me know it. I've been trying to put a formula together to repair the glycocalyx. So I'm doing the testing on this every single day, and before I actually put it all together as one big formulation. And when I do that, I am gonna make it as a crowdfunding, so hopefully we can get some support. So keep in mind, if you can fix the glycocalyx, we can do a lot of changes to the body. That means a person should never have a heart attack or a stroke once the glycocalyx has been repaired. So what I'm mixing right now, which is I cannot show you guys, is a specific formula that I've been working on for about 3.5 years. And I think I finally broke the number that I figured that out. Do you eat raw honey? No. Sugar is sugar. Raw honey is a little bit of a bullshit. If you can get your hand, I haven't had carbs for a long time. Let's just put it that way. I haven't had carbs for a long time. I used to do carb loading. I used to do the honey and stuff. But if you eat right, like you saw the amount of food I eat, if you eat right, you never have to worry about carbohydrates. Tell us, raw honey has all the healthy enzymes. Not raw honey. What's the food for the honey? What's the food for the honey now? The bee pollen has more than 4,000 different enzymatic biomarkers in it that actually activates the body. But the problem is they're very high estrogenic. There you go. I just took the shot for the glycocalyx. When I finish the formula, everybody's going to actually be taking this. You're going to be taking this at meal 1, you're going to be taking it at meal 2, and you're going to be taking it before you sleep. It's a specific formula that I designed, and I'm just testing it on myself. And if everything goes well, I'm going to save each one of you guys. And that's why I've been going at it for a freaking 11 years trying to figure it out. So this is going to be a huge thing. Olive oil? No, I don't do olive oil. I did test it out a few times, but I'm not a big fan of olive oil, especially right now since there's so many companies that are using a lot of fake oil. So no. Give me a second. I just gotta put a piece of wood in the wood stove, then we can go outside. Dates, high calorie, but good for pre-workout. Dates are very high in sugar. Do you really need a pre-workout? You can actually have Duke, we're gonna go outside. Give me a minute. Let me put the piece of wood. You can have coffee pre-workout. Spirulina is bullshit. Well, how much do you think your body absorbs out of that? 10%, and the rest of it is poop waste. You know, we don't have the same fermentation gut as cows do. You think you're gonna be able to digest everything? Oh, check it out. I'm even making some lamb for later on. Check it out. So we got this going on as well too. Look at this. Oh, it looks good. I think we're all set today. Wait, Duke, let me put my jacket on. Can't wait to try it. Oh, 100%. I got the formula all put together, just as a matter of timing. Wait, Duke. Okay, go. Let me get my jacket. Check this out. A big haul from Duke. When I'm not looking, he actually goes for it. So I'll show you guys how much snow we have and where I'm located. So usually after every meal, I time myself 20 minutes. And after 20 minutes, make sure you guys do a post-meal walk, 15 minutes, especially if you have high ApoB. A lot of carnivores out there and a lot of people that actually eat processed food, they end up having a high ApoB. So make sure post walk 20 minutes after you finish your meal is very, very important. If you're not able to do that, do some wall sits. So you can cause shear stress for your arteries. So you can increase nitric oxide production. Are you in Alaska? Not quite, but it's pretty cold too here. But we're gonna go outside either way and show you guys. I got some gloves. I got my summer jacket on. I'm just gonna turn off the light. We'll turn it off after. We'll check on the chicken too. Everything off, Duke? Duke is waiting. Let's go outside. I'll show you guys where I'm at. Okay. It's cold. Cold day. Okay. This is where I'm at. Oh, you can't even see the mountain. It's covered. So wait 20 minutes and then go walk for right after the meal. Yeah, 100%. Every meal. You do that every after meal. MC tea, butter, and coffee. I rather go with MCT than butter. You could go with butter if you can be able to, if you have really good LDL clearance, Brent. If you have good LDL clearance, then yeah, you can go for the butter. If you don't, stick with the MCT. Duke, get the ball. I'll play with you. Let's go say hi to the chicken. Yeah, the mountain is covered with the clouds, or else I would have showed it to you guys. But it's freaking cold. This is a tree that I planted 2 days ago here. A little Christmas tree. And of course, Duke peas on it. There's my lumber. I didn't get a chance to cover them because it kept snowing. Usually mix them. Yeah, you can mix them. Just keep an eye on your ApoB and how much, because keep in mind, you know, fats are used as energy molecule. So make sure any input, you actually give out the right output as well too. So there's my little place off a grid. And there's the chickens that I built this summer. Let's go say hi. Hey guys, what's going on? You guys are warm? Yeah? I got a couple more inside. Gotta check on the fan, make sure it's working. So there's the little view that I got. I'm right between and I put that temporary fence in there. This is all to protect Duke because we get a lot of bears and coyotes. We got coyotes the other day actually. Hey Maurice, tadalafil is cheaper than Berkeley and lower blood pressure. It is much better than AC inhibitor. Surely if it lowers blood pressure, can this slowly increase ejection fraction? No. The ejection fraction has nothing to do with the blood pressure. The ejection fraction, it's all based on a nutrient deficiency that your heart is not actually getting, which is, you know, like your taurine, D-ribose, coenzyme Q10, all these things. Tadalafil is going to be, yeah, much cheaper, but it does not fix eNOS. It doesn't go after eNOS. It just activates nitric oxide production, but it does not activate endothelial nitric oxide. So if you want to do it, I would add pomegranate with it, like a pomegranate extract of a minimum of 200 milligrams per meal to actually activate eNOS. And that would be ideal. I would do that. It's freaking winter paradise, so nice. Looks like Quebec. where I grew up. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, but it's cold today. I don't know what the temperature is at. You guys have enough water? So I bought this water tank for them. I'm counting to see how many days it lasts, because when I go to the city to visit the family in Christmas, I want to make sure I give them enough water and food. Come on, Duke. Let's play. I was taken to the level. How do we target all areas? So pomegranate and the level will activate and keep blood pressure in range. Yes, but pomegranate is going to take anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks to actually hit the levels. Make sure when you're looking for pomegranate, you have to look for the form that it has what is it called? The antioxidant form in pomegranate. It's not ellagic acid. It's called polycullings, I think it was called. You need that percentage of a 30% or higher. And I think Life Extension has that form of nitric oxide, not nitric oxide, of pomegranate that you need. But it's going to take about 6 to 8 weeks to actually build it up. And you'll actually notice your enos is going to become, well, your endothelial nitric oxide increases. And that's how you can actually repair it. Yeah, well, I'm not a huge fan of ACE inhibitors because they mess with your VO2 max like crazy. To that level, I haven't really tested because I can't get it here without a prescription. But it shouldn't really interfere with VO2 max. I cannot see it, conflicting. I'll have to do some little bit more digging into it. Any foods outside of carnivore that you recommend for ApoB or just take supplement? So the way you can control ApoB is going a little bit more on the lean side. So if you want to stay with carnivore, so I've been doing carnivore for 11 years and I did have high ApoB before. So the way you can control ApoB is two things. One, we need to fix your glycocalyx because glycocalyx shedding causes ApoB to go up. Another thing is, if you go a little bit more on the lean side, and let me give you an example. So you have a lot of these athletic performers or bodybuilders, they consume a lot of carbohydrates, right? They consume carbohydrates so they have the energy, the strength, that energy lasting, for example, or the strength so they can keep pushing an extra rep and stuff. But on the days they don't work out, let's say, or the days they don't want to push or exercise, they go on like a low carb diet. So think of fat the same way. So you can consume monounsaturated fats, stearic acid. You just have to kind of be careful of the palmitic acid. So if you eat more lamb, more lean meats, more wild meats, you're going to actually end up having a little bit lower palmitic acid. And having a lower palmitic acid is going to drop your ApoB to go even lower. And that's how you can control it with a diet. If you want to take supplements that would help would be bergamot, helps really good. Berberine helps really, really good. Astaxanthin, all these will actually help with the ApoB. Hey Maurice, I saw a post of someone saying that actually the nitrate from processed meats under vitamin C transforms into nitric oxide, so would be scared of the nitrates if you take vitamin C. The nitrate in the meats they use is different than the nitrate we get from to activate nitric oxide. They're completely different. One is synthetic that actually destroys enos, which is the ones from processed meats that actually destroys the enos, if that's what you mean. But they add under vitamin C transformation into nitric oxide. No, that would never happen. That would never happen because I've done a lot of testing on nitric oxide for the past 10 years, 11 years now. I've been taking nitric oxide and I've done a lot of different testing. And the only way we can actually do it is two ways. You either get it from nitrate, where it converts in your mouth 25% from nitrate to nitrite to nitric oxide. That's one option to vasodilate your arteries, lower your blood pressure, and allow better blood flow. But you can never really reverse the issue unless you actually add something that activates your enos. And the only way you can activate your enos is pomegranate up to date, or pygnogenol is another one. How do you unclog arteries? Book a time with me, Mickey. You can support my channel and I'll give you all the guidance and support that you need. And I'll give you a protocol so you can actually walk through it. I am actually developing a formula very soon that I can protect every person's glycocalyx, and that will actually be able to unplug your arteries, unplug. So there's a mountain starting to show behind me, if you guys can see it. Once the clouds are actually cleared up. Dude, can we go inside for a couple minutes? What's the temperature outside? Why does it feel so freaking cold? Maybe because I haven't slept. Oh, I can't come up from here. It's too steep. I have to go walk around. Here. Let's walk around. Because it's too steep to come up from there. I have extremely low testosterone. I'm considering getting the shots. Why? You're probably more estrogen dominant. If you're estrogen dominant, that's why your testosterone is low. It's all based on your food intake. If you're estrogen dominant, take some calcium D-glucarate or DIM. This way it lowers your estrogen and your testosterone will go back to normal. But eat a lot of eggs, egg yolks. They're delicious. Have you done collaboration videos with others in the carnivore community on YouTube? Dr. Shafi, Dr. Berry, for instance. What are your thoughts on the community? I haven't yet. A lot of people have been asking me to do some. I will probably end up, because I do have a lot of background information in that field, like a quite intensive, and I go a little bit more in depth than just why we eat that way and why we survive that way. And I had a nice comment from a person yesterday that I actually responded this morning, that he said, you know, it would be nice to have me being in a video interview or like a live good talk with Dr. Shafi. So I'm probably gonna end up doing that, because I like to kind of dig a little bit more into the major details. You know, it's not, you know, we should all eat carnivore or not. It's why do we need it, and how, and why do we survive on it, and why does our body feels good, especially the one that I put on last week about, you know, antioxidants, because people are spending way too much money on antioxidants where they're not getting much of the benefit. Duke, let me go inside for a minute. Trying to set the phone so I can put these in on my shoes. Hi everyone. Needs to tell Jesse Corpus to get Maurice on. Would be great. Give me a sec. Gonna go in there for a couple minutes. Look, just a couple minutes. We'll come back out. There's my cold plunge for the morning. Come in. How do I get in contact with you? If you go to my main website, main YouTube channel, you should be able to see my website, Mickey. But my main website, so you can book a time, is stan.store/Maurice Daher. If you couldn't get it there, once this video finishes, maybe put it as a comment, Mickey, and I'll respond. Your thoughts on needing electrolytes, and if needed, how often and in what doses? Electrolytes are one of the major thing in a carnivore diet, because keep in mind, you're not eating any more carbohydrates, so your kidneys are overflushing a lot of the sodium out of your body. So, you know, as soon as you wake up, you can have it numerous times throughout the day. If you're tired, if you're fatigued, if you're yawning, if you're exhausted, if you're stressed, anxiety, depression, headaches, focus, that means you're missing electrolytes. And you can have, and to make it as simple as possible, you can have, like, say, 1 cup of water, put, let's say, 1/8 of a teaspoon of Baja salt, Celtic salt, whatever good quality salt you have. Put maybe some trace minerals in it if you want extra trace minerals, just so you can cover the full spectrum. Some people like to squeeze like a little bit of lemon. I don't. Some people like to put apple cider vinegar as well. It's optional. And you drink it. You can make 1 liter, 2 liters of that. And you can drink it in the morning, evening, lunch. And that's going to actually maintain a proper gut pH as well too, proper gut acidity as well too, which is really good for you, and that'd be great. What calcium supplements do you say was good for testosterone? It's not a calcium. It's called calcium hyphen D hyphen glucarate. That's what you need to take. You take it at meal 1 and meal 2, about 1,000 milligrams, and that will actually flush out excess estrogen. So we're all pretty much kind of tied into like so much estrogen, so much plastic, because plastic mimics estrogen, right? Our synthetic freaking clothing, our socks, our clothing, our meats are wrapped in plastic. Everything we have is like wrapped in plastic, and it's constantly we're actually getting the estrogenic effect. And the problem is we have a lot of people, they still heat up or use microwaves, or they store their lunches in plastic, or even drinking bottled water. That's like the biggest one. You have all that plastic, all that material is actually leaching into the water, and it mimics estrogen. So that's why we're becoming more estrogenic, more estrogen dominant than we should be. So you have to kind of stay away from a lot of this stuff. And trust me, it's a tough process, because I try to eliminate as much plastic as possible, which is good. But still, like some of the stuff we wear, like I have a lot of cotton, a lot of linen. I highly recommend you doing that, especially at night time, so you can actually absorb proper frequency and you allow your body to actually go into a healing phase. But unfortunately, the world we live in, they pushed all the good things and they brought all the cheap things that actually conflicts with our frequency and conflict with our healing process. And that's the biggest issue that I hate. And sometimes you cannot get away from it. And if you want to get away from it, it gets quite expensive. For some of us, I'm not able to afford it. But yeah, calcium D-glucarate, I do that at least every 6 months for about 6 months. I go a cycle. I would go about 6 months on, maybe a month off, 2 months off, check your testosterone, check your estradiol, your DHEA, check all that stuff, check your ferritin, and then you can readjust it again. I'm going to have 4 to 5 eggs and maybe some kimchi for breakfast. Perfect. I like to have sometimes eggs at night because they're very rich in cholesterol, and cholesterol is good for night intake to actually help with healing. That would be good. But if you want to have it for breakfast, don't cook the egg yolk. Make sure you eat the egg yolk raw like I did. And keep your meal simple. Like keep your meal as simple as possible. You don't need carbohydrates. You don't need extra stuff. Just let it be naturally. So whatever fat is in meat, enjoy it. If it's very, very lean, like the one I was eating, add a couple egg yolks. So the more a single ingredient you eat, the healthier overall you're gonna feel. The better your gut is gonna break food down. The better your acidity is gonna be. So all that stuff matters. And it's all about bioavailability and how much your body can actually absorb some of these nutrients. But if you notice that if you actually have a meal and you end up burping, belching, slight discomfort, then question the food you eat, but as well question your gut. Do you have enough enzymes? Do you have enough acidity? So on and so forth. Father's protocol is going well. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that, Sandra. Biggest improvement, he doesn't go pee 5 times a night, maybe twice, sometimes only once. So better sleep. I wish you a great day. We'll finish watching the live after. Sounds good, Sandra? You too. Thanks so much for the update on your father. And I'm glad everything is going great with the protocol. And happy Sunday. The biggest wealth is health. Have a good one. Good day, everyone. I'm going to show you what's happening. Look at this beautiful mountain. So the sun is starting to come out a little bit. I don't get sun in my area anymore. So the sun actually shifted behind these trees far. But you can see it shoots in the mountain. And after that, it disappears. Where I live is nice and warm. I don't know the exact temperature, but it's probably about 50 degrees. Oh, nice. Yeah, here, let's check the temperature right now. Duke, we have to go check in the freezer. We have enough meat. Make sure. Let's see what's the temperature outside. Hold on. Wait, Duke. Let's see where we at. Oh, you can't even see it. It's actually, it's minus, so it's minus 3 degrees, but our moisture level is like 84%. 84%, that is huge. That's why it feels freaking cold. Minus 3 with 84%. Well, how much this paradise costed? It took me years to get here. And you know, living off the grid is one of the best things you can ever do. Hopefully we can maintain that. Let's go into my little container and I'll show you guys the fish that I get. Have you guys been in my container? I'm trying to turn this into my little gym, but I gotta get me a small heater. Okay, 42 degrees, not 50, but still warm. So there's my little gym unit. This is where I end up spending most of my time when I work out, but I have no heater here yet, but we'll get one. So there's my little gym unit. So this is what I spend most of the time. I got some lights going right now, just temporary. But it's super freaking cold in here. I'm still working on it, trying to fix it and adjust it. I got 3 freezers. So there's the fish. I get it, I freeze it for about 7 days, and I actually, after that, I would actually cure it and eat it raw. Hello, greetings from Athens, Greece. I love it. What a dreamy scenery. Proper paradise. Cheers to that. Cheers to that. So we're getting some fish for later. What are we doing? Oh, you missed out lots. We were actually gonna work out. No, I can't work out just now. It's too cold. Duke, I know it's not yours. Go. Go get the ball, let's play. But there's my gym unit. Maybe one day when it's a little bit warmer and I get my heater in here, we'll actually have a nice exercise. And I can show you guys, you know, some of the training things that I do so we can stay in shape. There's Duke. And there's my wood shed. This is where I cut all the wood. I still have to cut quite a bit to go. And Duke is gonna help me. Here, let's put the fish inside so we can eat it raw after. There's my little mountain. It's starting to show up right now. So it's only minus 3 right now. So imagine when it had like minus 15. But the moisture here is so freaking hot. Why are you in such a cold area? That's what, you know, God gave me. He told me, hey, Maurice, you have to come to this cold, freezing area and deal with it. You know, I asked for strength, and this is what he gave me. So I cannot complain. I have to enjoy it and wake up with a smile, no matter what. But you know, this is the guy that kept me here alive. This guy is right there, Duke. He kept me going. I don't think I would be able to make it without him. So this whole place, I was built in my tiny house because of him. He was actually with me the whole time. Came to my country. It has plenty of beaches and it's pretty warm. I wish I can be in a warm place, but you know, this is where I'm at right now. Do you feel lonely? Not really. No. You know when a person becomes living by himself or becomes, you know, people think, don't you become lonely and stuff? You don't, because your strength and knowledge and everything becomes above and beyond. And if you have a specific dream in life to help people and achieve certain things, you know, sometimes you don't want interruptions. Sardines in water. The only thing is that I don't like sardines in water or in a can because, you know, other than the heavy metals from the cans, you know, why do we eat sardines or why do we even, you know, eat fish? There's a reason we try to eat fish so we can get the omega-3. Nothing more, nothing less. Protein is protein. You can get it from beef, you can get it from chicken, you can get it from eggs. But the only reason we go after fish because of the omega-3s. But the downfall is a lot of these sardines in the cans and other things, and even when you cook your fish, we end up oxidizing the omega-3 because the omega-3 is heat sensitive on oxygen. They actually get oxidized instantly. So do you think that these sardines in a can, let's say, or in water, do they actually maintain any of the omega-3s? I doubt it. I doubt it. You will have a slight little bit amount of mercury and heavy metals for sure, but the omega-3s, I think most of it is already being oxidized from the cooking method. So that's why if I'm gonna eat fish, I will always eat it raw. I'd be scared here at night in the snow mountains. Oh, trust me, we get bears, we get black bears, grizzlies. I haven't seen any grizzlies, but a lot of black bears and a lot of coyotes. You get used to it after a while. If you slow cook the sardine, technically the sardine has to be cooked under 20 minutes, under 300 Fahrenheit. And that's how you can preserve the omega-3s without oxidizing them. I had shawarma today. Cheers to that. Sahtain. Shawarma's good. I think the last time I had shawarma was like almost 15 years ago. It used to be my favorite. Probably even longer than that. Because prior to the 11 years ago, it was like I was vegan for about 7 to 8 years. So yeah, it's been more than 20 years. There's a cold. There's a mountain starting to show. Can you guys see it? Yeah, all I see, my diet consists of only carnivore, only meat-based, more than anything. So a lot of chicken, a lot of fish, a lot of meat. Well, I eat about anywhere between up to like 2 pounds of meat every day. A piece of fish, raw, eggs from my little chickens. I got my little chickens right there. I don't know if you see them. Hey guys, any eggs today? What's going on? Do you have any eggs? Let's go see. Dr. Eric Berg, YouTube, had the sardines lab tested. He said he was surprised they retained their nutrients. Oh, that's interesting. I should check out that video because the way I did it is when I was eating sardines, I did it every day for like 40 days. And I did check the omega-3 ratio and nothing changed. Oh, they're laying eggs. I don't want to interrupt them. But the fan has stopped working. I gotta turn around. They have a lot of moisture in there. How are they surviving the cold? Oh, they survived the cold. The whole place that I built for them is heavily insulated. But sometimes I do turn on the heat and a fan, but for some reason it's not running. I think maybe something broke. I have to check the power. What do you believe about raw eggs? The vitamin is super low. Would it really be a problem? Egg yolk, I eat them raw. If you've seen me earlier, I was eating egg yolk raw. Egg white, I don't. Egg white, you actually have to cook it because it does conflict with your vitamin B nutrient intake, especially biotin, and you don't get as much bioavailable from the egg white at all. So it's best to be cooked. Egg yolk should be fine. I like omelets. Omelets are good. Delicious proteins. Lately, I ate a lot of macadamia nuts and dark chocolate. Hope I can escape from them. You should, because chocolates, you got high oxalates. Macadamia, it's not bad, you know, monounsaturated fats, but still, they're addicting and they're okay. They're not the best. It's just, it doesn't kind of satisfy your hunger. What is your opinion of bone broth? Bone broth are good. You just gotta be careful of the bones because they do leach a lot of heavy metals, but we do need some bone broth for good collagen production. I usually, if I'm doing bone broth, I don't do them with bones, but I end up opening the bones and taking the bone marrow raw. I love eating the bone marrow raw. They're really, really good for you. Let's go inside for a couple minutes. Duke, I'm gonna go inside for a couple minutes. Then put these in my shoe so I don't make a mess. Wait. Wait. I gotta check the thing for the chicken. It's not on. The fan is not on. We have to check it. Okay. Wait. Come. Shit. Wait. Give me a second, guys. Shoot. Wait, Duke. Oh, fuck. This was not supposed to happen. Just made a mess. Damn. We made a mess. Damn. I was cooking some lamb on the wood stove. I was supposed to be watching it. We left it. Shoot. Chicken eggs are great, but duck eggs, pound for pound, have 2 to 3 times more nutrients. Duck eggs are good. They're actually one of my favorite. I used to be able to get them every single year from a farmer I know, but he stopped producing. He gave them away. And the thing is with the duck eggs, they only lay once a year. Technically, being natural, they only lay once a year. So you don't get as much eggs as you would get from the chicken. Unless you get a hybrid breed, which is I don't really recommend for the ducks, because this you're not gonna get the same nutrient value. So here where I'm at, the farmer used to get them in every month of July and August. So I would get probably about 6-7 dozens of duck eggs, but unfortunately we don't anymore. So that's why I ended up getting my own chicken. Shoot. This thing gave out a lot of water, so that's why we dropped it everywhere, made a mess. Do you eat lamb, raw lamb? Yeah, I do. Quite a bit, actually, more than beef. So I buy the whole lamb. I buy the whole lamb, and I actually cut pieces of meat for raw eating, and the ribs and others for a little bit of cooking, because I still cook a little bit, about 20% of my intake of food. It's not I eat everything 100% raw. Like my diet probably consists about 90%, 80% raw, and the rest is gonna be cooked. Come in, Duke. We made a mess. Living alone in a cabin with a doggy and chickens plus mountains covered by snow sounds like the life. It is a life. It's you and only you, and you know, that is the best thing you can ever have. You definitely don't want anything else, seriously. I still head to the city once in a while to pick up food, because my farmer is about 6 hours away drive from me. So when I go to him, I end up visiting the family, my parents and stuff. I only buy Echo eggs from supermarket, and I'm afraid of salmonella to eat the egg yolk raw. You know, if you actually break down our microbiome, we have salmonella, we have E. coli, we have a lot of different bacteria. We have good bacteria, we have pathogenics, we have bad bacteria. It's whether they're actually activated or not. It's not something that you have to worry about. It's all about the practice. You know, you practice good genes, you practice good pH, good acidity level, then you never have to worry. If you are ever worried about certain foods you're eating that could possibly have some type of parasite or maybe some type of pathogenic, then make sure you're taking some hydrochloric acid before. And hydrochloric acid is going to enhance your acidity level in the gut. So therefore, if there's anything in that food group, is going to actually break it down and kill it or emulsify it, for example. I'm just wiping the wood stove because I dropped the bone broth. I'm cooking lamb, actually, a whole lamb leg, and I think maybe we had a little bit too much water in it because this thing gets pretty hot. That's interesting. I am in Thailand, duck farms, and keep having to find other farms because they run out of eggs. Yeah, it'll be tough. It'll be tough. Here where I'm at, there's nobody. There was only like one farmer that does it, and now he stopped. And the other farmers that do the duck eggs, they actually keep it to themselves because there isn't enough produced. But for me to get in and actually do ducks, I don't think I would, because they make a huge mess and they do need like some water to actually do well. So I'll just stick with the chicken, maybe rabbits. Back up, Duke. You're gonna burn yourself. Don't like that. The temperature in the house is pretty hot. Like outside is -3 degrees. Here in the house, it's 24 degrees. It's pretty hot in here. So you can see the difference when you have the wood stove on. The place gets hot like really, really fast. When I wake up every morning, because the wood stove gets turned off in the middle of the night, I wake up, it'll be anywhere between 12 to 14 degrees inside, but still 12 to 14 degrees is still pretty chilly. Still pretty cold. But I'm having a hard time getting, more of the wood stove air circulating into the room, and that's why that room gets a little bit chilly. So I'm trying to actually install a small fan by the window, so actually it blows the cold air out of that window to the living room. Then living room will actually end up sucking in more heat into the bedroom, because the hot air is a lot lighter and the cold air is a lot more dense. So this way it would actually circulate. Would be nice, actually. Let's turn this down a little bit. Oh, made a huge mess. We're gonna do that. We're gonna vacuum here, all this stuff. Sorry, I'm just gonna clean this because I don't want it to stick on the floor. What country are you in, please? I'm in Canada right now. Cold Canada. We'll go outside in a second. Just want to make sure everything's clean here. I know we've been talking for more than an hour. I only wanted to do an hour today with you guys. We'll go outside for 5 minutes and I'll let you guys go for the day. I like it. I prefer the cold. Yeah, it is nice to actually be in the cold here. Don't get me wrong. I like it. It's just sometimes we wish we can have a little bit more sun. So here in the winter time, I lose the sun from the month of mid-November all the way till February. Every single year, I get no sun at all. So if I don't have, let's say, a vitamin D lamp or anything, I won't be getting any, because it is bright, but there's no sun at all. Are you related to Musa, Hassan, Yusuf? You look similar. Subscribe. I like what you talk about. Thank you. Cheers. So yeah, this is where I'm at. There's a scene behind me, guys. The trees and everything is full of snow. There's Duke. He wants to go play. Made sure the wood stove is running good again. I'm not cooking anything on it. I gotta fix the... We'll fix the meal after. Hey Maurice from Ireland, sent you email. Hey Ricky, how are you? I hope you're doing good. I'll check the email here once I'm back inside. I know I'll stay on live for a few more minutes. So there you go. I don't know if you guys can see the mountain is starting to show up right now. And Duke wants me to throw the ball for him. Where's the ball? Duke, where's the ball? Here, come and dig. If you tell him to dig, he's gonna dig right here. Yeah, come on. Dig. Yeah, there you go. What are you looking for? What are you looking for? The ball? It's right there. Look, up, 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 up. Yes, there you go. Okay, back up. Yeah, we got a lot of snow. The clouds are almost moving away, so you can see the mountain there. Hello from New Hampshire. Hampshire, waiting for snow. You guys still waiting for snow? Already got hit pretty harsh here. Nice dog. Do they spray the air in Canada? Don't get me started on the chemtrails, man. That's insane how much they spray here. It's like non-stop. Even if you're off grid, you see them, and every time you see them, you get more disappointed. You think you're living away from the chemicals. They follow you everywhere you go. Where's the snowman? Not yet. Maybe next week. So next week we'll probably get about 4 feet of snow. Then we can probably have... Oh, this is his favorite spot. He digs. This is where he hides his toys. Duke, the ground is frozen. What are you looking for? That's his little playground. I was actually gonna put this whole section as a sandy beach for him. Right? Hey, are we playing? You built all of this by yourself? Yes, I did. When I started here, 2 years ago I actually started, but been coming here for almost 6-7 years, cleaning one section at a time, you know, cutting the trees, putting the lumber. Like I cut this section there, we put the lumbers away, then I actually chop them into firewood. Then I started building the little tiny house. I attached the tiny house to the trailer that I was staying in because I couldn't sell the trailer, so I attached it to the house. So as you can see there's a tiny house with a deck, and I attached the trailer on the other end. So that trailer became my little bedroom and became my little kitchen. So I'm like, you know, what's the point of me building another kitchen, another bedroom, if I already have it pre-built? So I couldn't sell the trailer, and I actually made it all into one. What time is it? It's 9:34 a.m. in the morning. I've been up since about 3. Sometimes you don't sleep here long hours. You probably get 4 hours, 5 hours of sleep because it gets a little bit cold. Marek, how you been? Haven't seen you for a long time. Good to see you. I hope you're doing good, you and your family. Wow, morning thoughts, it was late evening. Yes, it's still early morning. It's not like it's still early of the day. Everybody's probably out sleeping while me and Duke were out playing. That's what we do. Well, that's what happened when you have your own almost little farm slash, you know, you gotta wake up early and do things and get ready and chop wood and get everything settled. You know, but by the time you look at the time, it's like 12 o'clock. It's like, wow, already half the day is gone. And you've accomplished so much because you wake up so early. And now it's starting to snow. It looks like it might maybe snow. How far is your closest neighbor? Oh, next door. Next door down there. About an acre down, you can see them. I did have another neighbor on this side, but I don't talk to them because they sold and someone else bought it, but they actually live all the way in the bottom. I live here at the highest peak because I don't want anybody to actually bother me. Do you have a solar system or electricity? I do have power. So the power is about 800 meters away from here, the main power line. So we put it all underground all the way, because I did have solars, but because we lose the sun for 4 months out of the year, the solars wouldn't work. Even for the chicken, the solar that I have, I know it's covered with snow right now, it doesn't even work. I have to put power instead. Your accent is awesome, man. You sound like buddy from Yugoslavia. Cheers to that. Where's the Bigfoot? Where's Bigfoot? I haven't come across one yet. Maybe one day, you know, I would love to actually go up hiking. Like I've gone a few hikings in the summer, but not in the winter time. Maybe we'll go in the winter time and do some hunting. Maybe we'll come across a Bigfoot or something. Perfect place for the season to spend the holidays. Oh, 100%. It's very relaxing. You know, if I can maintain this place really well, would definitely love to do like a retreat here. You know, I'm planning to put some trees so I can cover down the bottom and have a retreat, and it'll be nice. And we'll just enjoy some good quality elk meat or something. Would be nice. There's Duke. Can you guys see him? He's right there. He has the ball with him. Do you have water and gas and everything? The toilet flushes. Sorry, I'm ignorant. I just don't know how this works. And does the fence actually keep the back? You're worrying too much. Yeah, I do have what is called a septic tank that I built. I do have water pressure that actually accumulates in a tank. I would have loved to actually show you how I kind of put everything together. Like when I was doing a lot of the stuff, I didn't have a video camera or I didn't take my phone with me because I know I got to do a lot of editing and a lot of pictures and stuff. So I was doing everything because I didn't have much time in the summertime. My summertime is almost like 2 months. And, you know, imagine being with Duke 2-3 hours every day, training him while I'm building the place and doing all the plumbing and everything. I didn't have time to do much of the video. I would love to actually show you how I did my water, the septic and everything. It would be a nice experience for a lot of people that actually want to go off a grid and do it on their own. Do I have any previous experience? None. You know, coming from the city to here, and I really wanted to push myself. Duke, oh, you can't even, you won't even notice him where he's standing. Duke, with me. Can you see him right behind me now? He's hiding. If you see Bigfoot try to custom like gorilla, I think that's the best conversation. It would be awesome, right? Maurice, I took another ejection fraction 3 months after the last one. Still 10-15% even with carnivore and the heart supplement. We'll have to actually remeasure everything and actually go over your lifestyle to make sure everything is going correctly, to see how fast your body is adapting. Because, you know, you might be actually having all the supplementation and everything corrected, but your environment is conflicting. Your environment is not allowing you to actually heal correctly and adapt correctly. So it's all about chemistry. Your biology could be off. Your imbalances of mineralization could be off. So we'll have to actually readjust a few things. I would love to share where I'm at, which province I am in Canada. Unfortunately, you know, if you do a little bit more research under my name, you'll know exactly where I'm at. It's just, I'm trying not to share too much information for a reason, actually. What's your zodiac? Scorpion. Scorpio? Scorpion. Scorpio. Duke, ready? Catch it. Oh, good catch. My symptoms is low to none right now. Thoughts? Well, that's a good thing, right? Because imagine if you've had the issues for so many years and now we're trying to actually reverse it. I know certain bodies will actually adapt to certain things within such a short frame, but certain individuals, based on their biology, their gut system and imbalances, sometimes it can take a little bit longer than usual. So definitely we need to give it time and actually allow the body to actually continue recovering. You're doing a great job with no symptoms and you're feeling great. You have to continue at it. We'll let the numbers reflect down the road when we actually recheck. Fit in for you. I think that on carnivore, we don't need supplement. I also don't trust for manufacturers, synthetic processed supplements. Yes and no. Yes and no. There's a reason why I say yes, we don't need supplement. There's a reason I say no, we still need some supplements. Because don't think automatically when you become carnivore, you fix all your symptoms or you fix any imbalances, because it takes time. and it can take years. And the problem is our food supply has been, how can I say this, deficient as well too. So what you see as RDA, when they tell you if you eat a beef heart and you're going to get 100 milligrams of coenzyme Q10, that was back in the 1940s, that was back in the 1900s. Now in the 2025, you probably barely get 10 milligrams because our soils have been depleted, and we lose a lot of these nutrient density that we thought we were getting. So sometimes supplements are gonna not replace your food, they're just gonna fulfill that missing gap until you fully adapt. Like, to give you an example, I've been on a carnivore diet for 11 years, and I do a lot of testing. Don't get me wrong, I do a lot of testing on a micronutrient level, and there's certain supplementation I have to take because we don't get them from food anymore. And I'm not saying that, hey, like you see a lot of influencers, they take 20, 30 different supplementation. No, you have to fine tune it based on your biology and based on what your body needs. Because if I consume beef heart every single day and I'm getting enough coenzyme Q10, and you don't consume beef heart, where guess what? You do need the coenzyme Q10 to actually continue getting that proper mitochondria, proper redox for your mitochondria, for example. So there's no such thing as, one vitamin fits all people. Like, every vitamin has to be customized per your needs, based on your eating habits, based on your drinking habits, based on your stress. Like, we live in an environment where we go under a lot of stress. We live in an environment where we don't sleep correctly. We live in an environment where we have tons of EMF. We live in an environment where we cannot control what we actually get from the sky dropping on us. So therefore, some of these supplementation are needed. So we can't really live 110% like our ancestors did, because we live in an environment where we are being farmed and controlled, where we have to actually do our own adjustments based on what we're missing from our food system. I hope that makes sense. Hi, could carnivore diet could cure? It's not, so never really use the word cure. It depends how long it's been. And sometimes carnivore diet can actually help partially fix certain issues. We cannot sometimes reverse it 100% because it's been going on for so many years that we can partially fix it. And the other part, you might have to take certain supplement to actually allow your body to function correctly. So there's a lot of things out there you'd hear that people say, hey, I went carnivore and I cured this or cured that. There is no such thing as cure. It's all based on how long they've had the symptom and whether the root cause have been actually looked after correctly or not, and whether that deficiency have been fixed. Like, to give you guys an example, I always kind of put magnesium as an example. So if you do a blood test called RBC magnesium, for optimal level, you should be at 6 milligrams per deciliter. So if your blood RBC magnesium comes back at 4, let's say, so you're only off by 2 points. Did you know that 2 points can take an average person anywhere between 2 to 3 years to fulfill that missing gap? So that's with supplementation, and that's with eating proper. So imagine on the days you cheat, on the days you stress, on the days you drink caffeine, on the days you don't sleep good. So all these will accumulate and you end up losing even more magnesium. So that's why certain supplementation are required so we can fix that missing gap. Once we fix that missing gap, then I'll say, hell, don't touch these supplements anymore in your life. I gotta go inside. What can you use to protect yourself from what they're spraying? We can't. We cannot. It goes in our system and it stays in our kidneys. The only thing we can do is very simple. The only thing we can do is if we manage a good diet, good lifestyle, that's 90% of the issue. The other 10%, what we get from our environment, we have to adapt with it. But there is ways. So think of it. What detoxifies in your body? You have pathway 1 and pathway 2. You have your liver and kidneys. What makes your liver and kidney the strongest? One of the most powerful antioxidants for the human being is glutathione, taurine. If you have these two in your body at all time, and especially carnosine, you will be able to activate pathway 1 and pathway 2 and maintain a good health, at least. Especially taurine. I take anywhere between 3 to 9 grams of taurine. Unfortunately, I have to still. You know, as long as I continue spraying and continue doing things, you have to. Wear a hat. It's not the. It's not whether my head is cold or anything. It's mostly my fingers and my toes because I have thin blood, very thin blood. Because I'm doing a test on a glycocalyx formula that I'm putting together, and that's the only reason I tend to feel that way. Do you think any liquids like water when you are eating, or avoid it for better digestion? Avoid it 100%. Don't drink. Like I just had 1 pound of meat. I had 2 egg yolks, 2 egg whites, cooked egg whites, raw egg yolks, raw meat, raw fish, a couple pieces of beef heart, and that was almost an hour and 45 minutes ago, it looks like, yeah. And I haven't drank any water. So no, you don't drink water during digestion, or else you're gonna belching, burping, and you're gonna prevent proper bioavailability of your macronutrients and of your micronutrients. Sorry, 3 grams of taurine. How much glutathione? Glutathione, you need at least 1 gram a day, but you do get quite a bit of glutathione from the carnivore diet, the meat eating, especially if you're taking NAC with glycine, a precursor to glutathione. You wear layers over layers. It's crazy. I do sauna for detoxification. I start dosing 3 times a week, or should I build one too? You have to be careful of the sauna, because what happens is it flushes out organic and non-organic materials, right? So you will actually lose more magnesium than usual. Make sure you are actually satisfying or saturating your body with enough magnesium, or else you're gonna end up having irregular heartbeats if your magnesium goes too low from too much sauna. So you can continue doing the sauna, just make sure you're getting enough magnesium. Sorry, I have to put the phone on the charge. I'll stay 5 more minutes. So if you guys have more questions, go for it, ask me. Because I'm working on my school program. Because I am launching a school for you guys. And definitely would love to have everybody to join. Because we'll actually have like a live weekly there, Q&A, but real transformation, and I'll help you guys with the transformation and everything. And we'll either do whether it's carnivore or others. Which problem can we fix permanently? Can we fix mental issues? Mental issues is 100% fixable with diet and supplement, or also part. No, you can fix mental issues all with. You have to include a lot of organs in your body, dense nutrients. You can actually fix it very fast. That's easily fixed. Come in, Duke. Like when I talk about certain things cannot be fixed, it takes a long time. Could be heart disease, could be gut, could be GERD, could be intestinal defect, could be a lot of things like that. But anything, basics. But keep in mind, everything that we're aiming for, look at it as a symptom, the root cause. We always have to go after the root cause. The root cause is your mitochondria, your redox, your electrical system. I heard that we can drink water, which dilutes the stomach acid. The stomach provides more acid, keeps itself stable. You can drink water before, but not during or after. You shouldn't. Definitely you shouldn't. Because that will actually compress your food and it causes so much pressure. Doc, you want to come in for a bit? Gotta turn on the fan so we can air out the place, please, for a minute here. Come in, Duke. Let's warm up a bit. Then we'll go outside. I gotta charge my phone. It's down to 10%. Do you drink cold drinks? I don't know. I heard they're not good for the stomach. Chinese culture don't drink cold water, only temperature. I only drink temperature water. Or hot. Chinese people even drink warm water in hot countries, even in you have to, 100%. That's the way you can actually stabilize the same heat internally. And I don't drink plain water by itself, never have. It's always been with mineralization or salt. What about lung disease, pulmonary fibrosis? So it's basically a scarring. Any type of scarring cannot be reversed. It doesn't expand. Yeah, a scarring, you cannot fix scarring. That's it. The only way you can actually try to fix scarring, sometimes you can actually help it with the peptides, but it'll be very, very tough to actually get rid of the scarring. Nerokinase, lumbrokinase, serapeptase, paleolithic enzymes, all these, none of it will actually go after the scarring. It'll be very, very tough unless you can be able to actually get some stem cells. And the only way you can get stem cells is from eating bone marrow, looking down on a fire. All that stuff will activate proper stem cells, but it'll be tough. It's a long life journey. It's not something that happens instantly. Stem cells can be produced by fasting, yes, but very small amount. And so the problem is with fasting that people don't understand. It's the same thing when you go to the gym. When you go to the gym and you want a big bicep, you're doing your bicep every single week, right? So if you're not consistently doing a 48 to 72 hour prolonged fasting every single week consistent, you're not going to get to the point where you want to get to. And the problem is if your body is already broken and you don't actually stabilize the fasting correctly, you can actually cause more damage. And you can cause more LDL receptors to slow down. So you have to kind of look at the full picture, whether it's actually doable for you or not. So it's all based on your biology. You adjust the biology, you adjust the numbers, you adjust the redox, you adjust the mitochondria. Once all that stuff is adjusted, then you can actually say, okay, I'm going to start to do 36, 72-hour fasting on a weekly basis for a whole year and see how much did I change my body to actually optimize and heal the scarring tissue. And then you can actually decide from there. So you never drink cold water. It doesn't matter where you are, Alaska or Africa, always temperature. Always temperature, yeah. Always, like right now, even right now, it's freezing cold. My water is inside. It's not even in the fridge. It's stainless steel. And that's where I drink it. And I always gonna add salt. It's always gonna be, warm water no matter what. Like I haven't drank today. I probably had only like maybe 1 cup of water. So right now I'm starting to get thirsty because I've been talking lots with you guys. Okay, I'm gonna take one more question and that's it. So what's the benefit of 16 to 18 hour fasting? Nothing. 16 to 18 hour fasting is good for insulin sensitivity. That's it. Nothing to do with the heart. It's never gonna fix your heart, 16 to 18 hours. This is just like your basic fasting to maintain healthy weight. That's it. But it's never going to be something to actually reprogram your heart. You're going to hear a lot of scientific literature, a lot of influencers talking about, fasting can reprogram your heart and redoes that. It's all scientifically, studied, but every person is designed differently. Maybe it might work on certain groups I've done it. Maybe it does not work on certain other groups. Fasting helps stem cell repair only at a specific level. Can diet rid of lupus? Possibly, yes. With certain intake of peptides. How long before eating you have a drink? Usually I wait anywhere between 2 to 3 hours. Right now for me it's been 32 hours right now with no water since my meal. And how would you prepare your body? I actually did a 42-day water fast, 6-day dry fast. I tried to build, but all the problems I saw came back while I'm going back to eating. That's the thing. Like you see people, they either do it too extreme or not enough. You have to do it consistent. It's not about doing 10 days or 40 days fasting. It's all about staying consistent. It's the same thing when you're actually working out. You want to build muscles, you have to do that muscle group every single week. You want to do fasting, you have to do fasting every single week. If stem cells only activates between 48 and 72 hours, then every single week you'll have to do a 48, 72 hour fasting specific window based on your circadian. And one of the best circadian for healing is between Tuesday afternoon to Friday afternoon. So 16-hour fasting is only good for insulin resistance, yes, and to maintain body health, body weight, and low, let's say, adipose tissue or low fat oxidization, and help with your pathway 1, pathway 2 detoxification and stuff. Cheers, thank you so much. So I talk lots. So if you guys want to learn a lot more in depth about fasting, healing, stem cells, activation, carnivore, and then there's a reason why I put carnivore on a lot of the stuff, because we're back to our ancestral eating habits. So this way our bodies only focus on healing the body and not worry about, hey, trying to figure out what the hell is that processed food is. Then we can actually go into it a lot more in depth about it, because that's why I'm opening the school website, where I'm only going to invite private members. It's going to be like a monthly membership, and I hope you guys will agree with the price. I'm trying to make it very reasonable, because I'll spend hours, once a week, like on a Wednesday or a Thursday, and we can talk to each one of you. So if I have 50 people, they want 50 answers, I'll give you every single answer and specific detailed information. It's like you paying $1,000 to get a consultation. I'll give you all that valuable information. I'll break it down in specifics so you guys can understand it. But as well, you can probably relate it back to your patients or relate it back to your family members or friend members, because everything has a fix. You just have to get it done correctly. If it's not done correctly, it's like you're always going to be taking one step forward, 10 steps backward, and you're always going to fall off the diet, fall off the lifestyle, fall off the fasting, fall off all this stuff, because you haven't seen results. Results will show. You just have to give it time, but do the right things. Give your body the nutrient density that it needs, adjust, based on your biology, based on your gene, what you can handle and what you can't, and adjust. So don't live by, the ideology bullshit. You have to actually fine tune your diet. If carnivore works for me 110%, it might not work for you 110%. So for you, we might have to adjust, where we might have to include a little bit of honey or a little bit of berries based on season, as an example. So I will be launching the school next week, and I'll send an invitation, and I'll do a live. I'll send an invitation for you guys to join it, and it's gonna be on ongoing. So I'm just having right now trying to set my schedule where which day I'm gonna be having live, so it's consistent. So whether it's gonna be like a Wednesday or a Thursday, for example, and I'll be set at that. And I'm gonna be actually more responsive in that community of the school compared to YouTube. Like YouTube, I get hundreds and hundreds of questions, but I'm not able to answer everybody. And I'd love to answer everybody with a good, unique formula so they practice, but I'm not allowed to, because every time I do that, I get fined or not fined. Sometimes I get a recall from YouTube saying you cannot say certain things. So I'll have to keep it very tight in my answers. But with the school, I can give you guys all the procedure, and I'll break it down for you step by step. So this way you can apply it, and I guarantee you're going to feel a difference from it. I hope that helps. I'm giving you guys a lot of good information. Now I'm going to drink my water. It's been 2 hours already. And I got to fix this. Where's my cup? So there's my water. It's all stainless steel that I fill it up from the creek. It's unfiltered. So sometimes I get little pebbles here and there, which is fine. Do you drink water by sip during the day? Well, this water here, it is glass. It's stainless steel. And before I drink water, I always take salt. So this is roughly about a half a teaspoon. And that's all the water I drink, probably for another 2-3 hours. So when I drive to the city for 8 hours, I don't drink water. I just eat salt. So you always want to hydrate your body correctly. Never drink water on its own. Okay, can you guys hear me? Sorry, my phone is freezing. I do have to get going. It was nice chatting with you guys. Definitely, I'll keep you guys updated with a lot of valuable information. In the meantime, you guys have a happy Sunday.